All right, y'all, it's day 3 of our coach apprenticeship, and we have Genesis here, who's also a newer coach. I definitely made it a point to bring on some newer coaches because I wanted y'all to feel like, all right, I can look at Danielle and she's been doing this for 6 years. It's really hard to compare. So Genesis is in Philly, so we're growing our big team in Philly. And just introduce yourself. Tell us how long you've been coaching. How did you come to the team? About yourself.
Well, hi everyone. I'm Genesis, like Danielle said. I've been actively coaching since I would say the beginning of May.
So like 2 months.
Yeah, so like two months and a half sort of thing. But I've been part of the team since February because that's when I signed up. So the way that I came to be part of the team, I've known about Beachbody for my entire life. So my brother, my sister, my mom, they all did some sort of insanity workout when I was in high school and college. My brother was big in insanity, my sister too. We are a big Shaun T family. Mm-hmm. And I would do the videos because it was back when it was just DVDs. And I think when I went to college, it's when they did the transition to go into like an online platform, so they stopped producing videos. I thought Beachbody was done at that point. Because I didn't hear anything about it, and I kept doing the videos. And it wasn't until 2018, I think, that Audrey, who is a member in our team, and she's my personal coach, she reached out to me because we live in Philly, and she just shoot me a message, and she was like, "Hey, like, would you like to be part of this?" And I said no. I didn't come right out and said no. I said sort of, it's not a great timing. Like, I just signed up for the gym, and I really wasn't ready for it at the time. So I said no multiple times. In fact, I said no for an entire year. It wasn't until February, I think we connected back in 2018, January of 2018, and I didn't sign up till the end of January 2019. So it was an entire year of me talking to Audrey about the programs, about everything that came with me being part of a team. And I am so glad that I did, but it did take a long time for me to be open to the idea. I was very much gym situation, and that's it. And I think the fact that I did end up signing up, and I discovered that it wasn't only workouts, because when I signed up, it was just workouts. It's like, okay, this is gonna be great. It's only workouts, then I can do my own diet and I can do my own thing. And I did that for the first month. It did not work out for me because I was working out. I'm like, well, I'm working out for 45 minutes a day. I can pretty much eat whatever I want. And then I didn't read anything that came with the programs. I was just, I'm going to put in my time and that's going to be it. Wasn't until the end of the first month, I was like, well, this is not working out for me. There has to be something else. And then I started researching within the same Beachbody website, and I found out how they offer the nutrition plans, the supplements, because I had gotten one of the packs with the pre-work with the glow juice and the recovery and everything. And I used that the first month, and then I kind of gave up on it because I didn't think that was going to help me at all. Mm-hmm. And then once I started going behind the science of why I should probably be drinking these things and adding it into my diet, I did a switch, and I made a conscious effort to just start adding it slowly, and it just made a world of difference. And I think after I started seeing the difference was when I think I reached out to Audrey, because I was a discount coach. I signed up as a discount coach. I don't think I even read that I was a discount coach. She sent me my share card. I signed up because I wanted to do it. And then I reached out to her, and she invited me to one of our Wednesday calls. Mm-hmm. She said, hey, if you're not busy, do you want to come to this? We have a meeting every Wednesday night. It would be awesome for you to do it. And I went to the call, and I think the next day I told her, yes, I want to go full-time into coaching. I'm I want to share what I'm doing and see if I can help someone along the way and try to do it together with some other people apart from the team that it's already there. So that's how I ended up coaching not full time, because I have a job, but as another full-time job.
Yes, girl. Well, I think half of it too is just opening your heart. I think a lot of us, especially as challengers starting out, we think, well, I'm not perfect at this, or I haven't nailed this. So like, how could I ever teach somebody else? But I think we've heard this message over and over again this week from some of the other girls on our team, that it is coaching that pushed them to that ultimate accountability to not be perfect, because none of us are perfect, but opening your world to more friendships and more community and more accountability and more mindset work that maybe you weren't doing previously. So you were more closed off and you were more skeptical and you were more hesitant for it. So I love that you shared those layers and over time. And I'm sure that year that you kept saying no to Audrey, you were still watching her.
Oh, I was watching 100%. Every time she would post a story and it would come on my Instagram, it's like, ooh, what is she doing? I want to see, because why are they seeing results? And I'm going to the gym and I'm paying all this money for this thing monthly that it's not giving me anything other than just soreness. And that was it. So I was pretty much paying attention.
So note to self, consistency. We've said it about 5 million times this week, that is literally our team's secret sauce, and that's what we teach. So today we're going to talk about connecting with people, because I think Genesis is a really great person to talk about this, because she has learned as she's gone. And everybody comes with different strengths and struggles, and you might come with never ever posting on social media before that, or maybe you shared a little bit of your workouts. You'll hear that from one of our girls this week. So maybe Genesis, tell us first, what did your social media look like before you started coaching? How frequent were you posting? What was your followers? Blah, blah, blah. And then now, how do you connect with people? How do you find people to help? Because I think it's a big concern of like, well, I don't know if my family would want to do this, or I don't want to pressure them. How do I find people to work with? Because you were a random person to Audrey. You had not met her.
I had no idea who she was. It was just a girl who messaged me on Instagram. And I remember the first time she messaged me, the first thing I did was like, I went to her page and she left me a few messages on some of my pictures. And then that led me to just be, who is this person? So I clicked on her profile and I checked it. I was like, well, she is from Philly. I like just her whole vibe thing. I feel like I could be friends with her. So I just followed her back. And that just led me to just a friendship that I never would have come across any other way, because even though we live in Philly, it's
hard to make friends as an adult.
It's hard to make friends. I didn't live here when I was in college, so coming back, I just saw that as, I just want to meet other people. And once I started coaching, the main thing that I noticed about how I interacted on my social media is that I notice now that although I did post some parts of my life, it was a very small, I don't want to say it was a very small, because I shared a lot, but it wasn't important things. It was just very superficial. When people would comment back, I would not follow up, because I, for some reason, never tried to just go beyond thank you for saying that, and I would just leave the conversation then. I never tried to just try to really engage other people into a conversation. And at the end of the day, what I've noticed is that when you are starting to coach and when you're coaching, it's all about creating relationships with the people that you want in your team. I would have never signed up, because I trust people on the internet to a certain extent. So if someone reached out to me out of the blue and just said, hey, I have this, do you want to do it? Immediately, my first thought is, no, I don't know you. How am I going to say yes to something that I don't know, or to someone that I have no clue who they are? So when Audrey reached out, she didn't reach out right away and said, I do this workouts and I want you to be part of my community. It was, hey, So glad that you followed back. Thank you. Great headband or great something. Where did you get that? And that slowly through the entire year that I was saying no, no, no. I was saying no to the workouts, but I was saying yes to being friends with Audrey, till the point where she stopped asking me for months. And then January, she was like, hey, I know I've asked you before, but we're starting a new group. Do you want to join us? At that point, I knew her. And I knew, and I've seen the results. I've seen the consistency. I knew at that point who you were because she kept posting about you. And then I remember I sometimes looked at your profile and I'm like, she's also showing up. And there's a whole group of women and men who are doing it. I just want to be a part of that. But more so, I want to be part of a community that I don't have currently. And that's what led me into actually saying yes. And when I look back at the way I approach people, I want to be friends with them first. And if I'm friends with them and they see my personal changes and my physical changes along the way, and I ask them, do you want to be part of our community? I think it would be really awesome to have you be with us. If they said yes, I am so happy. But if they say no, I know that I have a friendship with them and they're just not going to go away and block me and disappear because we have other things in common. Mm-hmm. And then I keep building on that relationship and they keep seeing me, even though they said no to me, they still see me showing up for myself and they see me changing and they see me just showing everyone what we can do together. And hopefully one day they'll say, yes, there are people who are not going to say yes to you ever. Mm-hmm. But you can be friends with them. It's not like you're going to be just, you said no to me. I don't want to see you. My feelings are hurt. I'm so sorry. Because I said no to Audrey for an entire year. And she
look at you now.
And look at me now. Here I am. It was just that aspect of just building a community and friendships with other people that could be living abroad or could be anywhere else in the world. But if you have something in common with them and you see them as someone who you would want in your life and who bring you a positive vibe and just you feel like they could move you forward, why not? Why not keep trying? And the follow-up is everything in this business. It takes a while because it took for me a while. So what makes me think that another person's not gonna go through the same thing? The only thing I can do is to keep posting, to keep talking openly about how I feel, and that will attract people who generally want to be with me in this journey. And what I do to get that, it's I message them, not about working out. They can post something about a plant. And I like plants. And if they're asking about plants, I'm going to give them my advice. Hey, so I found this fertilizer that could be used, good for you. There's the link. Or, awesome, you went to that restaurant? I want to go there too. Like, how was your experience? Just slowly. It doesn't have to be a big thing to connect with people. It can be the smallest little thing that you can comment on. And that person's going to remember you. Mm-hmm. Because they're paying attention to them. And people like to feel like they're paying attention to them. If someone is not constantly just like talking to you, not constantly, but every once in a while, it's like, oh, I remember you and I see you. And you already know that I want you to be part of this. So I still want them to know that I want to be friends with them. And that's how I feel like I've been able to build the people that I'm friending and forming relationships with. I find them through, I find them through hashtags. I usually go for bloggers that I like, or restaurants, or music. I'm big on music, so if there's a band, I usually just try to reach out and start conversations about music. And I just try to...
So you're actively bringing people to your page by being social on their page. It's funny, like, social media, you're supposed to be social. And like you said, that switch from before you were a coach to now is that you're actively asking questions, you're actively giving value back, you're actively being kind. And it's not this big, huge, weird thing. It literally is like dating. It's having that transparency and consistency in showing that you care about the person, that you're interested in working with them, but that you're also genuinely a real authentic human being, right? Like, isn't that what we all want? And when we're going through the dating process, the business is very similar. You don't just go in and expect to marry someone. I mean, everybody has different situations, but like, you go on the first date, you go on the second date, you go on the third date, you skip a week, you know what I mean? It's this progression. And for some people they date after a month, for some people they date after 6 months. And I think it's very similar to that in that way, because it takes work. And I'm not bashful at saying that. I know you aren't either, Genesis, because you want to connect with those. I'd rather have 5 solid, hardworking women that show up with me than 20 who are wishy-washy and sign up thinking this is going to be a quick fix. So that effort on the front end really does pay off.
Exactly. And the thing that we have to remember is that if we are signing up people who are just doing it for a little bit, it's not going to be you're not going to have a teammate that's going to be lasting. Mm-hmm. It's quality over quantity. I'd rather wait 2 months for someone to really commit to this, and for someone who maybe I haven't met, who's going to be an awesome team member, and it's going to help me even more than my teammates are already helping me. It's building strong relationships, because it's so much easier to sign up someone who you don't know, who is going to be like, okay, well, I don't want to keep doing this. I don't really know her. I like her, but I don't really know her. I can stop at any second. But if you have that connection with someone, you form a commitment with each other that you don't have with someone that you don't know. Mm-hmm. And that commitment, it's what keeps you going. I don't want to wake up at 7 a.m. to work out every day. I would rather sleep till 8:30, wake up, go to work, and then go out. But I know that there's already people who are on my social media looking at me. And they comment every day, even if they don't sign up. They're like, awesome, you're looking great. And there's also people in my team, people that I've invited, who are counting on me to be consistent and showing up. And there's people who have already been here for years, who are showing up, and I want to show them that I am just as committed as they are. Because I said, if I'm not committed to my goals, if I'm not reaching out, and if I'm not showing up for myself, then nobody's really gonna believe me. It's like my sister said the other day, I've been trying to sign her up for 2.5 months. And she's like, well, the moment you're doing this for 3 to 4 months, then I will consider this.
It's funny how they put like a random timeline on it.
Timeline, and I don't need that, because I know that I made a decision a promise to myself, and I'm just gonna wake up early, and I'm gonna follow my nutritional plans, and I'm gonna follow my workouts, and I'm gonna keep connecting with people who are just with me, and I'm gonna try to build a team that I can achieve all of my goals with. It might take me 2 years. It might take me 6 months. I've seen people who started exactly when I started who are diamonds now. Mm-hmm. And I am an emerald coach. And that is fine. And I think I told you this before. I try to think about that, and my timing is different and your timing is different. And as long as I'm showing up and I'm inviting, it will happen to all of us. You just can't stop.
Yes, girl. Yeah.
And you can take a break. You can take a break. That's fine. Some days you're not going to feel it, and you can be honest. Like, today I'm not feeling good. I had issues with gas, or I had issues, my foot hurts, or I can't work out. But if you're honest, people are going to say, well, if she could stop for a few days and then pick right off where she left off, I can do it.
So I guarantee you still shared that on your stories. So yeah. Just to kind of like give them an overview of what the connection looks like, Genesis is posting consistently once a day, let's say, as a goal on her Instagram. A lot of our team builds on Instagram and Facebook, but I'd say primarily on Instagram. You're speaking and sharing in your stories a couple times a day, right? You're actively going to places you like to go to or things you like to do, and being social on those people's pages and connecting with them and reaching out and just being a friend. And then you're inviting and you're following up. And in the meantime, you're just being a friend with the people that are following you. So those activities are, you can't control who signs up. You can't control when they say yes. You can't control if they want to build a team with you. All you can control is your journey, how you share it, how you show up, and the activities you do, the unsexy stuff behind the scenes that you don't see. Like you would see. Genesis, do you post one thing and 5 people sign up with you?
I wish.
It doesn't work that way, right? Because, and my point behind this is the connecting part with people is the unsexy back work in the message, in the DMs, in spending time building those relationships, like she said. So is there anything else you wanted to add for someone considering coaching or hesitant about sharing on social media?
I would say to just go for it. Even if it's just even the hard parts of your workouts or your nutrition or your life, you don't have to share your deepest secrets or your deepest things. But there are things that even if you don't realize you sharing those, you're helping someone else. And that is the whole reason why we're here.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen what this community has done for us. And I feel like that's what majority of us feel. Like it could be financially, it could be health-wise. Doesn't, whatever your motivation is, that's help you somehow. And you sharing that is just a gift that you're giving someone else. I would say the next time you get on your phone, you should just, the person who commented, the person, the new follower that you have, the new person you followed, shoot them a message. Just say, hey friend, I hope you're doing well. Like, how are you doing? Or go to their stories and comment something, go to their page and their post and like them and engage them in conversation so that they get to know you, because you need to build that trust before they can 100% commit, because they can commit to a certain extent if they don't have the trust, because some people just need it and they'll say yes. But even the people that are already in your team that committed halfway, you can still keep reaching out and try to connect on a deeper level. Don't just let them sit there, because that person's not going to feel good. Mm-hmm. You don't feel good when people just sign you up and leave you behind. I've heard coaches say that they get signed up and their coach kind of like walked away or didn't pay attention to them, didn't get involved. Try to be that friend that you would want along your journey, because this is important. This is about your health. For me, it's about my health. And if I didn't have the team that I have, I wouldn't be here. And I'm just grateful. So if you have any doubts, you shouldn't have them. Because sometimes the little push of someone else watching you, someone else supporting you, it's what you need. We don't all have a supportive environment around us. And you can be 100% sure that every single woman in this community, it's here to help you. Even if you don't know them, even if you've never seen them, even if you're never going to meet them, if you post in one of the groups, someone's going to answer you and give you advice. So don't hesitate. Reach out to people you don't know, people you know, people you've signed up, people you will sign up. It's all about connecting with people around you. And that's it. That's all you
drop. And it's true, because Genesis has a circle of friends and circle of people that she can reach that I can't reach personally. And that's our whole goal as a team, of bringing in new coaches and helping them build that confidence to take the action, to stick to their programs, and to reach people that we can't reach. I mean, that's why I started this team in the first place. I got sick of teaching group fitness classes with sometimes it'd be 10 people, sometimes it'd be 5 people, and they're on their phone half the time, not paying attention to you. And then you leave and you don't know what they're doing the other 23 hours a day, 6 days a week, and they're not getting results and they're struggling. So you can reach people that we can't reach, and we're just excited to work with you. So thank you, Genesis, for giving your time. You're the best, and I can't wait to see our new coaches coming in and connecting.
excited.